peaking is important, and what it's going to be designed for throughout the course of your training is increasing neural force production. So in hypertrophy, we built bigger muscles. In general strength training, we taught those muscles to produce more force from a neural standpoint and just a muscular force standpoint with that mid-range work, 3 to 6 reps, 75 up to 90% intensity. And now we're really going to get into the neural force production. So how well can your brain, your nervous system, signal to your muscles to recruit as many fibers at the same time as quickly as possible to work together in this synchronized, synergistic fashion that we call technique, all right, and produce as much force through that specific range of motion as possible. So we're increasing neural force production. We are honing our technical prowess, all right? It's those last refining touches, because as much as you want your squats with 85% and 100% to look identical, they're not going to quite look identical. So we got to put those last touches on with those heaviest weights. We want to retain our hypertrophy from our earlier phases. Peaking training by nature is low in volume. And yeah, you're still going to have some accessory work that can complement it, but very unlikely that unless you're a very new lifter or on a shitload of Soviet sports supplements, it would be very hard to build muscle with what is truly peaking type of training. So we want to retain all of our muscle through that. And that's going to mean that you have a proper length peak, which I'll talk about a little bit more. And then, of course, we're trying to manage the fitness fatigue relationship so that on the day that matters, the meet, that we are the strongest that we can possibly be, that we have the highest possible fitness with the lowest possible fatigue, and the relationship between those. Because if you wait too long, fatigue might be really low, but now your fitness has started to fall off. Or if you go too soon, your fitness is high, but the fatigue is still high with it. So managing that relationship through the taper process is what allows you to have the greatest meet performance that you can possibly have. And I look at this, really for all sports. And I talked about my peaking history in powerlifting. I had the same thing doing track and field, where I was a shot putter through college and as a post-collegiate, and even going back to high school. I would, if I threw 58 feet in practice, I would throw 60 feet in the meet. In college, if I threw 62 feet in practice, I was going to throw 64 feet in the meet. And then I transitioned to strongman. When I won strongman nationals, I did the yoke farmers medley. My best in training with the same weights was about 38 seconds. I then went to the meet, to the strongman nationals, the event contest, and did that same event in 19 seconds. So in my eyes, that's really how it should work. Your best performances should be in competition where it matters the most. And that's happening for a variety of reasons, which we're about to talk about.